Hey Zigwoods, my name is Shiipty and welcome to the first episode, aka the pilot episode of my sim series Naomi. We are here with Naomi Lockwood. She's the main character of our series. We actually just recently completed a 3-part current household on Naomi, so if you're new to the channel, first and foremost, hello, my name is Shiipty. I make Sims 4 content here, also known as Alyssa. Either one you can address me as. And yeah, we are starting the new series Naomi. I know a lot of you guys are so excited, and she is one of my favorite sims. I say that about all my sims, but this time I absolutely mean it. So Naomi is an adult at this point, and she just recently found out that her husband of 20 years was having an affair. But Wade actually admitted that he has honestly been cheating on her for a few years now at this point, and this is all a surprise to Naomi, the lady that he was having an affair with at the office. This relationship is apparently different. He loves her, she loves him, and Naomi really thought she didn't have to worry about anything. She thought that this was an honest co-worker, you know, she could trust her, she could be comfortable with her husband around her. And really what Wade was doing was telling this co-worker that his wife didn't appreciate him, that she wasn't supportive of his dreams and his goals. But guys, when I tell you Naomi has carried this man through his career, she has carried this man through his career. So Naomi is currently on the phone with her best friend Julia. Julia is more so like her sister, but they don't see each other too much now because Julia really cannot stand Wade. She felt that something was off and something was iffy about him around Naomi and him's 10-year anniversary, and she just didn't like him. They got into a fight at one of the parties, and she doesn't come over to the house very often, but she's just on the phone venting to her. Now, for those of you who are familiar with Naomi, please excuse the fact, but I have to go into an introduction again for those who might be new. So Naomi, let's go ahead and head over to her traits. This is also good for you guys who have been on the channel watching her because she's different now. Now, these are all custom traits except for the adventurous one, but Naomi is logical, she's generous, and she's observant. And I feel like she grew with her age over time. You know, her personality has changed. And Naomi, when she found out that her husband was cheating on her, she was like, I want a fresh start. She cut her hair off and she just wanted to start over. She was mad, like absolutely furious, as she still is while she's on the phone venting to her best friend. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys Wade's profile as well. These are his traits, which are also custom traits. He is sexist, he is a pompous, I think is how you say it, and he is stoic. So these traits, please feel free to go back and pause them if you want a little bit more explanation as to what they are. He is an investor, and he really wouldn't be at this status in his employment if it wasn't for Naomi. He has an economics degree. They had a romantic interest. They're currently separated. As you guys saw, they had a heated argument, but they're still married. She is aware that he cheated on her, and she still perceives him as attractive because that's her husband. Taking a look down here, I feel like this is very fitting with how they feel about each other currently. So furious about cheating, this is fresh, so it's full. Their deeply connected relationship used to be up here, used to be full, but now it has dwindled because their love just hasn't been what it was over these years. And as you guys can see here, they still have this love for one another, but it's not as strong or as full as it used to be. Now, Naomi also had 2 children with Wade, their oldest being Corey. Corey is a mama's boy through and through. He loves his mama. He will take a bullet for his mama. He will chew his daddy out for his mama. He would just tell anybody about themselves for his mom. Corey also has a tattoo on his ribcage that says, I am my mother's keeper. So if that says anything, he really loves his mom. Because Corey's older, he did witness his dad coming and going in the night. He also would smell, you know, women's perfume on him. He would see him being a little flustered when he walked through the door. And he also noticed his mom, you know, being neglected more and his father sleeping more on the couch than sleeping with his mother. So he feels sympathy for his mom. He's close with her. He has a key to the house because, you know, he used to live here. And yeah, they have a great relationship. He's also a chef and he works in San Myshuno. So he comes and visits his mom whenever he can. He recently got a text that said, me and your dad are separating. So he's on his way currently to come stay with his mother just to make sure that she's okay. Now, Naomi's youngest son, Preston, he couldn't be further more opposite from his brother. So he's judgmental. He's also pompous like his father, and he's spoiled. He is the baby. He's currently attending Brightchester. He recently left the house, I want to say like 2 months ago, but he didn't see all the things that like his dad was doing, and I feel like he he was also so young that he really did not acknowledge it. His mind was kind of already averted to being supportive of his father. His father would take him, to the golf course, and they would golf together, and he would fill his son with all these, these words and saying, oh, your mother doesn't love me, or she doesn't support me, all those things. And he has kind of essentially been brainwashed to believe that his mom is the enemy at this point. So when it comes to Preston, he does have a difficult relationship with his mother, but I one day would like for them to overcome this and be closer with each other again. And because Corey supports their mother, Preston also has a distant relationship with his brother. He doesn't understand why he could possibly be on the same side as his mom, because in Preston's mind, Naomi is the reason this relationship failed and the reason that their family went the way that it did. But yeah, she's currently on the phone with her friend. She said that she'd be over soon. Naomi's going to have 2 people coming by to check on her, one being her son and one being her best friend. Her best friend should be here relatively quickly, but I know that it's going to take Corey just a few hours to get over here. So Julia just got here, and already Naomi is filling her ear with all the tea and what went down. She's like, I told that SOB to pack his stuff and to get out. I may not be able to afford these bills right now, but I'm gonna make it work. And I feel like Julia would be hyping her up like, yeah, girl, you gonna make it work. We just gotta find you a job, we'll figure something out for you. Now, Naomi will go through different mood swings. She might feel happy one moment, and another she might be angry or sad. So please just acknowledge, just keep that in mind when looking at how she's responding. But she's like, yeah, I kicked him to the curb like an old can, and she's just laughing with her bestie right now. But as you guys can see, she went back to being angry because she's like, can you believe that he was sleeping with his coworker behind my back all this time? And Julia's like, I'm gonna be honest, I thought that somebody was yanking him around from the get-go. And look at Naomi's like, oh my god, well, let me just tell you, she's like, that girl had no business interfering with my husband. And oh, difficult. No, I wouldn't say it's difficult. I think that Naomi is just expressing her anger towards Wade right now. I don't think that she's particularly yelling at anybody like Julia or anything like that, but she's like, listen, I can't believe he did this to me. And Julia's like, I know, honey. Well, I was thinking on the way over here, how about we take a trip? Hasn't it been a long time since you traveled? I can't remember the last time we took a trip. I think it was when your parents took us to that water park when we were kids. So maybe it'd be good for you to get out the house and travel a little bit. And Naomi's like, travel? I don't have the money to travel. I barely have $3,000 in my bank account. He freaking switched everything over, took my name off all the accounts. I don't have any money whatsoever. But Julia's like, why would I make you pay for a trip that I suggested? I'm going to cover everything. You just pick the place and we'll go. And she's like, I mean, I want to, but she's like, girl, stop making excuses. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm just so angry right now. She's like, it's going to be okay. You're going to make it through this. You are tough. And you know what? He's going to realize the mistake he made and the woman he walked out on, and I'm sure he'll regret it tremendously. Now, what I'm going to have Naomi do is, because she's so angry, I don't want her to sit here and take out her frustrations on her best friend. She's going to step into the hallway and she's going to try to calm herself down a little bit. It was really nice of Julia even to come over here and just check on us and make sure that we're okay. But we need to take a step back, and we need to get ourselves grounded again, because she's here trying to help us out, and all we're doing is yelling in her face. Whether we're yelling at her or just explaining things very loudly to her, we still need to calm down. But Naomi's feeling a little better, and she came back out and apologized to Julia. Julia's like, girl, don't worry. I know you're annoyed. That jackass of a man, he just made you feel like this. She's like, I know, I'm so sorry. I'll try to calm down. She's like, so what were you doing in my room? Were you on the computer? She's like, yeah, actually, I went ahead and I scheduled us that hotel. And she's like, oh my God, you already made the reservations? Yeah, girl, reservations are made, so you have no choice but to go. Naomi's like, really? We're really gonna go on a trip? She's like, yeah. I just want you to pack your stuff. Naomi's like, who's gonna watch my house? I can't just leave it, and it's gonna get dusty and it's gonna get messy, and I like to keep a neat and clean house. And she's like, just call your son. He will come over and he will watch the house for his mom. But guys, look who's here now. It's Corey. He came to see his mom. He's giving her a hug. He's like, Mom, sorry it took me so long. I'm here. She's like, baby, I'm just so happy to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. It's like, Mom, I was just over here like last week. I came to see you. And she's like, I know, I know. So we're gonna have a deep conversation. He's like, what was Auntie doing here? Were you guys just hanging out? Was she here to check on you? I was really worried about you. You know, even though you're my mom, I still worry, especially given what just happened. She's like, son, I'm okay. You know, I'm gonna make it. It's gonna be all right. I'm gonna figure it out. And he's like, well, if you need anything, I promise I'm here. And like, whatever you need, whether it's money, a roommate, I'll move back in, Mom. I swear I will. And, you know, she's thinking, oh, that would be really great, you know, but he has his own life and I don't want to burden him. So she's not going to ask him to move back in, but she is going to tell him, hey, your auntie asked me if I could go on a trip with her. I need you to watch the house. And he's like, you want me to house it? Of course. I'll house sit for you. And she's like, yeah, but just no parties. He's like, Mom, I'm a grown man. I don't do parties no more. But I might bring over a cutie or two if that's okay with you. And she's like, as long as it's not in my room, I don't care. Alrighty guys, it's the next day. So Corey did end up staying the night with his mom as he planned to. She's just in here getting ready for the day, brushing her teeth, and she's going to the computer just to browse and see if she can find like some odd jobs and stuff because she does need finances, you know? She's not going to be able to make it with no jobs. But if we take a look, also get you guys a son like Corey because this man, he is drinking himself a smoothie first and he's already made breakfast for his mom. He made her an acai bowl setup so she can come in here and just make her a little acai bowl when she gets up and gets in the kitchen. But he is trying to take care of his mama. I'm trying to tell y'all. He also transferred her over some money. It's not a lot, you know, he did what he could. I mean, it is a lot for me, but for this house, it's not a lot. He did transfer over what he could to help her financially. So he gave her, I believe, like 5,000 because I know her money zeroed out, and I would imagine that maybe it zeroed out because Wade took out the last bit of money out of her bank account. So maybe technically the son gave 8,000 simoleons, which is very helpful. But I'm gonna have her come in here and pretend, you know, her son called her name and said, hey Ma, the food's ready. So she's gonna come in here and grab an acai bowl. I'm gonna get him to grab a serving as well. That way they can sit down together and eat breakfast, even though he just chugged himself a smoothie. But he's a growing boy. He's still hungry. She's so grateful to have her son here with her. You know, Preston hasn't even checked in on his mom at all. He's just been on his dad's side. Like I said, I can imagine that maybe he's reached out to his dad and asked his dad if he's okay, but Naomi hasn't received not a single text from Preston, you know, saying, Mom, how are you and everything. But it's really great that Corey's here. He just wants to ensure that she's eating and making sure that she's okay and she's safe. And the fact that he stayed the night here, he came over on a very, very quick drive here just to make sure that he could stay with his mom and keep her company. And he's like, Mom, I'm gonna stay here with you until you leave for your trip. So make sure you wash my drawers for me like you used to, right? And she's like, I'm not washing those crusty things. You better wash them yourself. You know where the washer and dryer is. I feel like they're just picking this morning. But he's like, so I sent you some money into your bank account too, if you need it. It's there, but if you need anything else, don't be afraid to reach out and ask, Mom. And I know Dad's been kind of shady with his actions, so if you need anything, just let me know. She's like, I appreciate it, Corey. I'm going to try my best to get myself back out there and get myself a job. You know, I applied for a bunch of jobs this morning, but this house is just so expensive. I don't know how I'm going to do it. She's freaking out right now, which rightfully so, because have y'all seen the size of this house? Like, also, his stuff's still out here. Makes me laugh, but this house is massive. Now some of you might be like, well, she could just sell the house and she could just move. In the backyard here, for those who are returning viewers of Naomi, we have our tombstone for Suga. Now, I would like to imagine that Suga is buried here, and so Naomi feels a huge tie to this house, mainly because of Suga, but also because Naomi worked really hard with her husband to get this house. She's the one who helped push him in his career. She's the one who picked out this house. She's the one who worked really hard on all the paperwork to get them approved for this house. So, and she also has all her family memories here with her sons, and she just doesn't want to give it up. And some of you might be like, well, it's just materialistic. Like, she can let it go. But I don't know, it's just one thing that she would like to keep from her life. And like I said, she's worked really hard for this home, so she doesn't want to give it up. But she's just gonna, oh my god, love days tomorrow? Are you serious? Maybe that's why her best friend scheduled the trip for that day, because she didn't want her here dreading that and thinking about the fact that she didn't have her husband on love day this year. Good move, Julia. Good move. But I think that Naomi is gonna pretend and fake it till she makes it. So we're gonna take a selfie and pretend like everything's okay. You know, she's just gonna be smiling and posting this on social media. She and Wade are still following each other currently, so he will see this post. He will see that, you know, she's trying to make it seem like she's okay. And actually, let's get Naomi on the back porch to take this selfie, because it is really all about the setting. We have to make this picture look really good. But we are going to take a selfie here. We want Wade to see this. We want him to see that, you know, we're not upset. We're not pressed that he left us. We are still smiling the next day. And let me see if there's any cute ones in the flirty section. Ooh. We'll just keep playing around and see what we get. That one's kind of creepy, so let me see. Oh, this one's cute. Oh my god, I love it. I feel like she captioned this like, here's to new beginnings, or the start of a new beginning, because like I said, she wants Wade to see this and she wants him to feel a little butthurt about that. But guys, I am gonna wrap this up right here because I want to hear back from you guys. I want to know what you're thinking right now. I just want to hear all the comments and everything. And next episode is going to be full-fledged. We're going to be hopefully in Sulani. I haven't decided if I want to go to Sulani or Tartosa, so leave your comments down below where you guys think that she should go with her best friend. They want to just have a girls trip where they can just let loose, have fun, and possibly hook up with somebody random while they're on vacation. So leave your comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking. And also, I do want to say I'm so sorry for getting this video up late. When I tell you the enemy was against me, the enemy was against me. I had everything that could go wrong when I was trying to edit and record these videos. But I hope it was worth the wait, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next part. I'm so excited for Naomi's future and her story here on the channel. She is one that I have been waiting for a long time. So buckle up, get your snacks, because we are going to have a fun ride with Naomi. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.